Gentlemen, welcome to the Chrysler Arena as the Michigan Wolverines take on the Pittsburgh Panthers. The Wolverines coming in at 6-0 for tonight, and the Panthers coming in at 4-2. My name is Brett Graham, alongside Emily Herard for WCBN FM Sports. Emily, the Wolverines looking for their best start in program history to match their best start in program history with 7 straight wins. What has to happen tonight for the Wolverines to get there?
Well, one thing, they have to shoot the ball better. On Sunday versus Oral Roberts, they were just having a very difficult time on offense. They turned around their field goals a little bit in the second half, but they shot 6.7% from long range. And that's just something that we haven't seen the Wolverines do until Sunday. They had been shooting lights out. Caitlin Flaherty, Sierra Thompson, they were leading their team in threes. And that's something they're going to have to do tonight. But one thing we see Caitlin Flaherty do, if she doesn't make baskets, she just continues shooting. So if today she's off again, she has to realize that and try to get involved on the offensive end through driving the basket, kicking it out, and just being an overall offensive player. And
beyond Caitlin Flaherty, something that you're going to see with both teams tonight is a battle of the freshmen. Freshman Callista Walters for the Panthers coming in at averaging 13.2 points per game, the exact same number on the Wolverine side of the court as Hallie Thome, who leads the nation in field goal percentage. Can you talk a little bit about the role that Hallie's been playing thus far on this Wolverines team and what you want to see from her tonight?
Well, so far she's done an excellent job as a freshman. Sunday, again, she was what kept the team going in the first half. They could just dump it down low to her. She has great hands. She catches all of the passes, and then she finishes strong and well. And so today they're going to have to try to get that look down low to her again, because if they do that, it creates all these offensive opportunities for the Wolverines.
Absolutely, and that's something that we talked about earlier in the season, about a role that Saisha Goree had of just being able to kind of lie back down low around the baseline, and her teammates could just loft one up to her and she would bring it down. If Hallie Thome can do that in that big man position, that'll be a huge help tonight for the Wolverines. The Wolverines coming in tonight to the ACC Big Ten Challenge. They are 6-2 over the course of the ACC Big Ten Challenge. This is the 5th meeting between the Panthers and the Wolverines in program history. The 3rd time in the past 3 years, and each team has taken one at home. What is the big factor? Why do you think this Wolverines women's team loves playing at home so much? Are they just more comfortable here?
I think they're more comfortable, and also for women's basketball, Chrysler brings out a large crowd. We saw that in WNIT. A lot of the games were here because Chrysler could bring the largest crowd. And although it might not look big, these fans do get into the games, and I think the girls definitely appreciate. You can tell there are some fans who are here every single game. They know those fans, and they play hard for the people that come out and support them.
Absolutely. It's kind of a cold one here in Ann Arbor, but the Wolverine faithful are here as the band plays Hail to the Victors. And there's a little bit of excitement. There's a fair amount of excitement. The starting lineups for tonight for the Wolverines: Jillian Dunstan, Caitlin Flaherty, senior Madison Rostowski, Sierra Thompson, and that freshman, Hallie Thome. For the Pitt Panthers, we have Asia Bug, Yassine Jop, the freshman Callista Walters, Stacia Carey, and Brenna Wise. The coach for the Wolverines is once again Kim Barnes-Arico, and for Pitt, Susie McConnell-Serio. Tip-off coming just a few moments here at Chrysler, and it's going to be Hallie Thome up against Callista Walters for the tip-off, kind of setting the tone, setting the pace early on. Battle of the freshmen.
And it's exciting to see Jillian Dunstan out there for another start. She's really worked her way into the starting lineup, so we'll see if she can
her 4th consecutive start. And we are underway as Michigan wins the tip-off. Sierra Thompson is going to drive a little bit, then she's going to find Rostowski. Hallie Thome now driving. She's going to kick it out back to Thompson. Beyond the three-point arc. Up, no good. And a rebound for Pitt. That's number 12, Yassine Jop. Will then dish the ball to Asia Bug, and she'll bring it down. Asia Bug trying to find room right over by the Michigan bench on the elbow. She can't shake Rostowski. And a whistle. That's going to be on number 2,
Michigan foul on number 2,
Sierra Thompson.
That's a first. Team first.
And the ball will be inbounded on the baseline. Inbound coming from Yacine Jop. She'll have trouble finding someone, and Madison Rostowski's going to break that one up. She's going to push the tempo a little bit and bring it down to the other side of the court. She finds Hallie Thome in under, and that's the first points of the night. Michigan goes up by 2.
Good pass and then good hands by Hallie Thome to catch that and put it up for 2.
Absolutely. Asia Bug now bringing it down once again for the Pitt Panthers. Kind of caught up in the corner, and again, Rostowski on defense. Hallie Thome now trying her darndest against Kaylee Walters, and a pass will go over the head of number 12, Yacine Job, and that's going to be a backcourt violation.
Well, so far a little sloppy for Pitt, but also great defense by the Wolverines, and that's something that they're going to need to execute tonight.
Caitlin Flaherty is going to inbound it from the side. Finds Sierra Thompson easily. A little bit slower than we've usually seen from this Michigan offense, but once again she'll find Flaherty out on the corner. She'll toss it up, no good. Hallie Thome, though, with the rebound. Rostowski now driving, kicks it out to Thompson. Thompson in the corner. No good. And that's going to be out on the Panthers, and it'll stay this way. Not exactly the fast-paced Wolverines that we saw against 2 games ago against Hartford, or against USC Upstate rather. Sierra Thompson now inbounding it. She's going to have trouble finding someone. But then all of a sudden, there's Jillian Dunston with the drive up for 2.
Great cut by Jillian Dunston.
Michigan leading 4-0. Asia Bug now looking for space on the Pitt offense. She's going to go pass it down to the corner. And a lot of trouble now for number 50, Brenna Wise. She's going to find Walters. Walters up and in, no good. And Hallie Thome with the rebound.
We're seeing Hallie Thome a little better on defense as she just gets used to the college game.
Caitlin Flaherty set her feet and had a ton of time for that 3, but it was no good. And it's going to go the other way with the Pitt Panthers. Driving now, number 35, Stacia Carey. She's going to dish it out to Walters. And then it's on the elbow with Jop. Down to Walters. The pass broken up by Jillian Dunston. And it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go the Michigan way.
Jillian Dunston is working hard out there. She was the reason for that great defensive play, and you see the bench stand up, and they're excited. They're all excited for everyone's success on the court, and that's one thing that's helped the Wolverines, I think, is the team chemistry.
Well, Jillian Dunston wasn't always a starter. Just recently she's kind of fought for that starting role, and you can tell that she's proving herself tonight as Sierra Thompson works it down for the Wolverines. She's going to find Rostowski, who's going to drive. She'll try for the layup. That's good. And Michigan goes up 6-0. 7:24 left in the first quarter. Coming the other way now for the Pitt Panthers. Asia Bug driving. She'll kick it out. And that'll be number 5, Kawhi Bradley. He's going to have trouble and a foul called.
Michigan foul on number 30, Hallie Thome.
On number 30, so that's Hallie Thome's first foul of the night. Thompson and Thome, the only Wolverines with a foul. Kawhi Bradley goes to the line. She'll make her first.
Into the game now for your Wolverines is number 32, Kelsey.
Kawhi Bradley
Replacing Hallie Thome.
is a freshman forward. And her second one will lip out 6-1 Wolverines. Madison Rostowski now trying to push the tempo a little bit. She's going to drive. Has many, many moves.
There might have been a travel somewhere there, but she was being creative on offense, that's for sure.
Kind of difficult to describe whatever motion that was as the ball was sent out of bounds by the Pitt Panthers, and Sierra Thompson now with the inbound. She'll find Flaherty. Flaherty on the elbow. A pick set by number 32, Kelsey Mitchell, and a foul called.
Foul on number 35, Stacia Carey.
Stacia Carey with that foul. And now Caitlin Flaherty's going to inbound it. She finds Sierra Thompson as the clock winds down. Sierra Thompson's going to find a teammate in the corner. That's Rostovsky. He's going to loop it up and into Kelsey Mitchell. He's going to go out of bounds on the Pitt Panthers in kind of a ricochet motion.
Rostovsky's had some good passes down low, but Kelsey Mitchell just wasn't ready for that one.
No, I don't think she was. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Sierra Thompson with the inbound. She's going to have trouble finding somebody. She's going to sail it over to Rostovsky. And now it's back to Sierra Thompson, who resets the offense. 7 seconds left as now Flaherty goes up. No foul called, and it's going to go the way of the Pitt Panthers. Number 12 now for the Panthers. Called for a travel. And it'll go the other way. Number 12, that's Yasin Jop. Tried to capitalize on some of that momentum and that up-tempo transition that these Pitt Panthers were attempting to get a little bit of a foothold here in the first quarter, but the score remains 6-1 with 6 minutes and 25 seconds left. Sierra Thompson now brings it across the timeline. She'll find Rostovsky. Some motion down low for the Wolverines as Caitlin Flaherty now has it. And over to Thompson. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. A pick set by Mitchell. Thompson with an easy layup. And that's good for 2. 8-1 Wolverines. Number 25 now, that's Brittany Gordon bringing it down for the Panthers. Over to Asia Bug, to Yasin Jop. And in the corner, number 25 again, that's Gordon. 35 now, that's Stacia Carey. Will make a three-pointer and make it 8-4 Wolverines. Going the other way now, Kelsey Mitchell battling down low. She's going to find Jillian Dunstan. Jillian Dunstan's going to dish it out to Flaherty. Flaherty up, no good for 3. Asia Bug working her way down the court now. Waits for the offense a little bit. She's not pushing the tempo. Yasin Jop finds Gordon. Gordon in now to Walters, who's going to get double-teamed by Kelsey Mitchell and Madison Rostovsky. She's going to have to get rid of it. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. And a shot goes up from number 12. That's Yasin Jop. And that's good. 8-6 Wolverines. Rostovsky, she finds Mitchell down low, who's going to try to battle with Walters, but decides better of it. And dishes it out to Thompson. Thompson now with 12 seconds left on the shot clock. She finds Rostovsky. A pick set by Mitchell. Rostovsky's going to take it. Looked like she was going to take it all the way, but dishes it out to Kelsey Mitchell, and that's good for 2. 10-6 Wolverines.
Rostovsky's had some great passes and great moves driving to the basket tonight.
Really heads-up play for Madison Rostovsky. And now Asia Bug is going to have trouble on offense. The pass was broken up there. By Sierra Thompson, who fell down. I'm not entirely sure what the call is, but I think it's going to stay with the Wolverines. And the score is 10-6, 4 minutes and 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Emily, first impressions, go.
Well, it is great to see the Wolverines getting the ball down low. They haven't made a three-pointer yet, and they've taken a little too many for my liking, 4, and usually they have been contested. But besides that, their looks down low with Madison Rostovsky driving the basket, dishing it off to the post players. And then on defense, the Wolverines are also playing excellent defense. They've had a couple steals. They haven't gone into their half-court or full-court press yet. They probably want to wait a little longer since Pitt is a more athletic team than they have faced so far. But both teams are playing good basketball, passing it around, so this should be an interesting game.
Absolutely. One thing that we mentioned recently when we were calling the game against the USC Spartans was how many people on the court got the ball and were scoring. And tonight, that is true again. Of the 10 points that Michigan has, there are 5 different players contributing to that. Those are Rostovsky, Thompson, Dunstan, Mitchell, and Thome. And Rostovsky adding on 2 rebounds and 2 assists as well. So she's kind of been like the driving force behind this Michigan Wolverines offense thus far. What about in transition and on defense? Where do you see weaknesses for the Wolverines?
Well, the Wolverines, they lapse sometimes on defense. We saw them double teaming down in the post, and that went well, but Pitt was able to pass the ball around and then get an open look. But I think those are fixable things with the Wolverines because we know they hustle. Jillian Dunstan is a good leader on defense, so I think with Kim Martin-Sarico getting her girls fired up, that they should be able to bring some energy on the defensive end.
Absolutely. This Michigan Wolverines team, although they are 0 for 4 from beyond the arc, which is not encouraging, they are 5 for 11 in terms of field goals generally. Not up to snuff with their usual field goal percentage. 45 tonight, and for the season they're shooting 536. So I assume we need to see some more consistency and maybe fewer shots thrown up by Caitlin Flaherty. She's thrown up 3, 2 of them from beyond the arc and made 0.
Yeah, she's 0 for 3, and she just wants to see the ball go through the net at this point. She should drive the basket, try to get fouled because she's a great foul shooter, and that helps shooters when they can knock a couple easy ones down.
Absolutely. And we're back in action now. Rostovsky inbounded it to Thompson. Thompson now, she's going to find number 34. That's Boogie Brzezowski, who's going to get her first minutes of the night. She's going to have a pass broken up by Yassine Jop, who's going to take it the other way for a quick 2, 10-8, Michigan. Sierra Thompson brings it back. Boogie Brzezowski and Haley Thome working down low, the freshman. Rostovsky now. That'll be broken up. Yassine Jop bringing it the other way. A charge called, hopefully?
Yes.
Yes, a charge called. I was going to say that would be a very interesting call from the referees if it went the other way. But Michigan will get control of the ball once again. Number 50 coming in, that's Brenna Wise again, the freshman coming in for the Panthers. Nicole Munger in for the Wolverines. Boogie Brzezowski up around the foul line, trying to get a pass open for Sierra Thompson as she brings it across. Nicole Munger now. Haley Thome is going to go up and in. It's going to bounce around a little bit, but that's good for 2. 12-8 Michigan. 3 minutes and 24 seconds left. A little bit of a press defense now that we see from the Wolverines. Two defenders right around half court, but Pitt will be able to bring it down the other end. Number 5 having trouble now. That's Kawhi Bradley. She'll pass it in. And a missed layup from the Pitt Panthers. Sierra Thompson pushing tempo the other way. 3 minutes left to go in the first. Madison Rostovsky now. She's going to have trouble. It's going to be broken up, but it's going to stay Michigan's way. She was looking for Thome, and Thome had a little bit of trouble reaching that high and getting full control of it. 21 seconds left on the shot clock. Boogie Brzezowski inbounding it. She's going to have a little bit of trouble, and the violation call is going to go the other way. That's one I will say that's one inconsistency that we've seen with the Michigan Wolverines. Inbounding seems to be a problem.
They do struggle with that sometimes, and you wonder, there it was Boogie Brzezowski, a freshman, maybe she got a little nervous. Sometimes the trick is to throw it off the girl's foot out of bounds, get a fresh new 5 seconds, but...
Absolutely. And number 35, that's Callista Walters, is going to get mobbed by 2 Wolverines right around half court. Jump ball, and it will stay the Pitt Panthers' way. Asia Bug now with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. She's going to drive, and she's going to kick it out to Walters, who's going to miss the shot from beyond the arc. Rebounded, and now Thompson. Flaherty looking for a little bit of space underneath the basket. She's going to shoot it and miss. Haley Thome then with the rebound puts it back up and is fouled. The foul on number 35, Stacia Carey, the second for her on this Pitt Panthers team. She is the only player in this game at this point with 2 fouls. Haley Thome is now going to take her free throw. She missed the first one. I can't help but think that I would have done better than that.
I know. I always wonder when I see these big players, tall players, no matter whether they're girls or guys, especially in the NBA, the foul shot percentages have just not been what you would think they should be. It's a freebie. It's
Absolutely.
something I think everyone should be good at.
Well, she'll take her second one as a freebie. She'll make that one, and the score is 13-8 Michigan. Number 25 now, that's Brittany Gordon bringing it down for the Panthers. She's going to find Walters in this corner. That's good for 2. And the score is 13-10. Sierra Thompson now bringing it across half court for the Wolverines. Looking for space, some good defense from Pitt. Finds Flaherty in the corner, who decides better of it. Thompson driving, up and in. That's good for that. That layup is good, and she was fouled.
She had some fancy footwork to get her all the way to the basket on that one.
Absolutely, and one of the things that you have to consider when you're talking about Sierra Thompson, she's tiny. She's not that big. It's not easy to draw a foul when you're, let's see.
I think she's 5'7", I believe.
Yeah, she's 5'7", and I would say she's probably 5'6.5". And she will make her free throw, making the score 16-10 Michigan. 2 minutes left in the first. Asia Bug bringing it down for the Panthers. She'll find number 50. That's Brenna Wise again. Some interesting passing, and it's going to be broken up by Caitlin Flaherty, who's going to bring it the other way. Up and in, her first points of the night. Michigan 18-10.
That feels good to record a steal and 2 points.
A great turnover, great transition. She took her time. Okay, maybe a little bit of confidence there for Caitlin Flaherty as the Panthers struggle to bring it down the other end. Asia Bug now with an aggressive pass over to number 50, Gordon. That's up and in from 3, 18-3 Michigan. Sierra Thompson now bringing it back. Just over a minute left in the first quarter. Rostovsky now. She's going to get a pick set for her by Thome. Kick it out to Munger, who's going to make it beyond 3. And the score is 21-13.
That's the Wolverines' first 3 for the night, and they're glad that one dropped.
Absolutely. Tanya Lamb now playing for the Pitt Panthers. And a pass broken up by Sierra Thompson. It's going to stay Pitt's way. 56 seconds left in the half. In the quarter, rather.
I love the Wolverines' press, and it's always led by Nicole Munger, and it's just great to see a freshman who can come out on the court off the bench and bring such energy for her team.
Absolutely. Munger already with a rebound, not seeing much time tonight, but definitely making her presence and her role on the court known in what little time she has. A little bit of a clarification going on right now between the head coach of the Pitt Panthers and the referee, but the inbound is now going to come. And it's dished right back to Asia Bug, who's going to drive. Asia Bug now looking for some help, not getting much of it. Great defense from Sierra Thompson. Brittany Gordon now shot it from 3, but a foul was called.
Michigan foul, number 30, Hallie Thome.
Hallie Thome was called for that foul. I think she had her arm, maybe like an arm bar.
Pushing it a little in the back, but the refs aren't letting him play too much. We've seen a couple of those fouls where you could have just let it go a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, she's getting a little physical. That's going to be her second foul on the night. And the shot clock is reset for the Panthers. They're going to inbound it. And once again, Asia Bug. Now Brittany Gordon up at the top, passing it back and forth with Bug. Sierra Thompson, the band, trying desperately to fool the Panthers with their shot clock trick. And it's not working on them, unfortunately. Jillian Dunstan with a great defensive job, and the shot's not going to go in for the Pitt Panthers, and it's going to go the Michigan way.
Looks like Danielle Williams sold a foul there, but if you know the refs are calling anything, go for it. Do a little acting, see if you can draw a foul.
Absolutely. I think we had a little bit of trouble with the clock there. It ran a little bit longer than we thought it was going to. It's down to 20 seconds, taking about 10 off from where it was when the whistle was called. But Sierra Thompson now taking her, I'm sorry, not Sierra Thompson, Danielle Williams now taking her foul shot. She'll make the first and make it 22-13 Michigan. She's going to miss her second. Brittany Gordon from the Panthers is going to get the rebound and hand it off to Asia Bug to see what she can do with the remaining 15 seconds in the first quarter, down 20-13 to these Wolverines. Bug looking for space. She's going to shoot it from beyond the arc. She's going to miss, and it's going to be rebounded by Sierra Thompson, who's going to, or Danielle Williams rather, who's going to throw it up. No good. And the quarter ends with Michigan up 22-13 on the Pitt Panthers. Struggling a little bit from range, the Michigan Wolverines, but doing well otherwise, especially that transition offense and that transition defense. They have they have more points off of turnovers tonight. They have 10 of their 22 points off of turnovers. What is the biggest strength you see tonight thus far?
Well, one thing the Wolverines, as you said earlier, it's the battle of the freshmen. And I think just from an energy standpoint, the freshmen, Boogie Brzezowski and Nicole Munger, in general, and tonight for the Wolverines, they have created a spark off the bench. And last year against Pitt, the Wolverines' highest scorer was Shannon Smith, who was a senior last year, so she's no longer with the Wolverines. So it's very important that these girls step up, along with sophomore Caitlin Flaherty and Sierra Thompson. Sierra Thompson has played well tonight, driving the basket. She's not been hitting threes, so she knows that she has to score from other points on the floor. So, as you said, it's a battle of the freshmen, and it's good to see that both teams, being very young, are able to put competitive team on the floor.
Absolutely. Boogie Brzezowski, second on the team with 21 assists on the year. Definitely a presence offensively and an asset when she does get time. On the other side of that coin, on the flip side, Walters for the Panthers, who we came into this game saying this is, their leading scorer, up there with Hallie Thome. She has been shut down. She's only put up one shot. She made it, but other than that, she's been pretty locked down under the basket by a combination of Wolverines, from Hallie Thome to Jillian Dunston. Danielle Williams was getting a little bit physical with her at one point, and if that continues, then Michigan will have a very easy night. Not really a terribly difficult first quarter, though, up 22-13.
No, they just need to continue everything they've been doing, the strong defense and working the ball around on offense. And one thing we've seen from the Wolverines so far this season is, like you said, Walters hasn't really even gotten looks tonight, and that's what they've done against their opponents. They haven't let their opponents' top scorers even touch the ball, and that's one thing that you need to do, because sometimes once the ball gets in their hand, it's too late to stop them.
One thing that I will say about this Wolverines team is they're leading in points in the paint and rebounds tonight. They're not a huge team, and that's impressive. The second quarter is going to start now with Flaherty on the elbow rather. She's going to find Thompson. He's going to drive a little bit, think better of it. Danielle Williams now, who's going to find Jillian Dunston up and in for the first 2 points of the second quarter. It's 24-13 Wolverines.
The passing for the Wolverines have just been beautiful tonight.
Oh, it's been fantastic. Fun to watch. Tanya Lamb now working the ball down a little bit with Asia Doug. Brittany Gordon's going to have a little bit of trouble with Jillian Dunston, and it's going to go out of bounds, but it's going to stay the Panthers' way. Great to see Jillian Dunston, who's not as tall as her, as the person that she's defending, really giving Walters a run for her money. The ball inbounded now for the Panthers by Fred Potvin. Brittany Gordon having trouble, and a foul called. It's going to go the other way. Brenna Wise, number 50, with a foul. And yes, folks, you did hear me correctly when I was talking about this Panthers women's basketball team. Her name is Fred Potvin.
And we've seen the Wolverines create lots of the Pitt and their opponents lots of offensive fouls, and that's one thing they pride themselves on.
Absolutely. Sierra Thompson now bringing it down for the Wolverines. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. A miscommunication and a pass that's going to go out of bounds right near the Panthers bench, and going to go the other way, wasting that foul, unfortunately. Asia Bug now, defended by Nicole Munger. Along with Flaherty, they're trying to get a little bit of pressure around half court, and they're succeeding. Lamb also having a little bit of trouble, and it's going to be just a frenzy. People are falling all over the place, and I think it's going to be a jump ball, thank God, because that was about 10 seconds of just absolute mayhem.
Bodies all over the place.
It was like there were banana peels on the floor. Everybody was falling down. Jump ball called, though, and it's going to stay with the Panthers due to the possession arrow. Once again, the score is 24-13 Wolverines. We have 8:52 left to go in this half. Inbounded now. It's going to go right to Walters, who's going to miss the shot. Jillian Dunstan with the rebound, going to push the tempo going the other way. She finds Munger, who dishes it right back to her. Now Flaherty on the elbow. Flaherty having trouble, looking low. She's going to drive. That's going to be an easy layup for her, and the Michigan Wolverines now have double the points of the Panthers. It's 26-13. A little bit more pressure again. Nicole Munger leading the charge. But the Panthers are going to succeed in bringing it all the way down. An interesting kind of a half charge that wasn't called.
Another jump ball.
Another jump ball. That I don't know exactly how to describe that motion. It looked as if number 12, Yassine Diop, kind of landed with 2 feet and collided with the nearest Wolverine, who fell as if it were a charge, but they were nowhere near the basket. So they both kind of fell on top of each other, and a jump ball was called.
I guess the refs were just so confused they didn't know what to call there.
I think that's kind of like the catch-all jump ball. I don't know what happened. Jump ball. Ristowski now working with 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Over to Sierra Thompson on the elbow whistle. And it's going to go the other way. I think that was a lane violation.
All sorts of interesting things are happening right now.
All sorts of interesting things. Not the cleanest basketball by any means that we've seen recently. Sam Trammell, now the freshman, is in the game. Some sloppy passing right around half court, and Jillian Dunstan is going to be the benefactor of that. She's going to take the ball down the other way for the Michigan Wolverines, who find Sierra Thompson in the corner for 3. 29-13 Michigan. Number 2, Asia Bug now. Having trouble with this transition defense. Absolutely fantastic press work from the Wolverines and some sloppy passes going around, but Asia Bug's going to find a little bit of time for a three-pointer that's unsuccessful, and Sierra Thompson's going to come out with it. Flaherty now driving for the Wolverines. Steps back. That's good for 2. 31-13 Michigan.
And Pitt doesn't want to see this. Flaherty started out cold, but now she's hit 3 in a row, and when she does that, that gives her lots of confidence, and that helps on the three-point line.
Absolutely. She's been having a little bit of a slow start to the game, but definitely coming into her own. And something that we saw and we were curious about, do you remember when we were talking about the USC Spartans game, about whether or not this press defense was going to be something that we saw from the Wolverines all year, or if it was just a result of the inexperience and the lack of skill out of the Spartans team? Well, they're doing it now against the Pitt Panthers, and it's working.
Exactly. They're up 31-13 against a good Pitt team. And Kim Barnes-Arrigo has to be very proud of her team and how they've been playing on defense. And they must practice very hard because they're always in the right spot on defense. They have great defensive movement, and that's difficult on a press, to know where you need to be and then get there and then recover, because they pass the ball very quickly. And we've seen a couple times you think maybe, they have an open look down low. Pitt has broken the press, but Jillian Dunstan has come out of nowhere and gotten a block. So it's all about the energy and hustle. And as you said, Michigan is a small team. The tallest is Hallie Thome, but she's not always out there, and she's still getting used to, I think, her size, and she doesn't quite fully understand that advantage. So the Wolverines are working with small bodies, but it's just the energy and hustle that they bring, and they're able to hold down the rebounds to get the 50-50 balls.
Absolutely. Definitely some energy, and the crowd was pretty happy. Unfortunately for the Pitt Panthers, I don't see much of a fan contingent for them. So maybe they're struggling. Their colors are similar. They're not quite the maize and blue, but they're similar enough.
They could be blending in.
Is it buff? I think they call it. Looks like more like a brown to me. But anyway, the Michigan Wolverines lead now, 31-13 with 7 minutes and 16 seconds left in the half. Definite leaders emerging on the Michigan side of things. Everyone from Hallie Thome, the freshman, who we expected, to Jillian Dunstan, who's kind of fought for her starting role. She's in her sophomore year. She's averaging 7 points per game, and she's shooting 60%, which people don't talk about a lot. But now the Panthers bringing it down and kind of passing right over that press defense. Asia Bug will drive. She's going to kick it out. No good. Yassine Job now on the baseline. Back over to Bug. They're kind of just exchanging the ball now a little bit. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Now back to Job. Job drives. Has trouble, but it goes in, and that's the first points for the Pitt Panthers in a little while. Caitlin Flaherty now operating near the baseline. Out to Wasowski, who's back up to number 21. That's Sam Trammell. It's going to go out of bounds and stay Michigan's way. Sierra Thompson inbounds. She finds Flaherty easily just in front of the three-point arc. That's going to bounce on the rim and not go. She's going to get her own rebound, though, and just beyond the free throw line, she's going to get a quick two. 33-15, Michigan. Hot hands from Caitlin Flaherty. Jop now driving, back out to Bug. Finds Walters, who's going to bide her time a little bit, defended by Flaherty. She's going to drive, have a little bit of trouble with Trammell. And a foul called. It's going to stay the way of the Panthers. Sierra Thompson coming out now in exchange for number 34. That's the freshman once again, Boogie Brzezowski, who is second on the team with assists. Inbounded now for the Pitt Panthers. Jop under the backboard. She's going to go up and in for another two. She's got 6 now on the night. And it's going to come the other way for the Wolverines. Rostovsky to Brzezowski. He's going to let the offense reset. Perimeter passing now with Flaherty. Dunston in the middle. Back out to Flaherty. Up and in for 3. That's our first three-pointer of the night as Michigan goes up 36-17.
And all of a sudden, Flaherty now has 11 points.
Absolutely. Just absolutely stunning how she can kind of get going very quickly. Some interesting calls on the baseline, or lack thereof, rather. A difficult kind of struggle between a few players, including Caitlin Flaherty, but a foul called, and it'll be number 25 for the Panthers. That's Brittany Gordon, the redshirt junior, going to the line.
And Sam Trammell sacrificed her body in what I thought was a charge. Kim Barnes-Arico was up yelling too, but a no call by the refs.
Absolutely. Apparently she's not going to the line. That's my mistake, but it will be inbounded, and Gordon will get it nonetheless right around half court. She's defended by Flaherty. She's going to drive a little bit and find a wide open Asia Bug, who's going to miss the shot. Yassine Jop with the rebound, and again the 2 points. It's 36-19, and Yassine Jop has 10 points on the night and 4 rebounds. The Michigan Wolverines now back on offense. Rostovsky resetting the offense, asking Jillian Dunston to come up a little bit. She's going to get the ball, drive, and a missed layup now, defended by number 35. That's Stacia Carey with 2 fouls for the Panthers. That's going to be her third.
She's frustrated with that foul. She must have known it was her third because it was clearly a foul, so she was probably more frustrated about the call than she's arguing it now, but she clearly went down on the arm.
Don't know how you can argue that one. That was pretty textbook as Jillian Dunston misses her first free throw. It was kind of just like I don't want to call it a hack because that's, makes it sound like there was malicious intent, but it was definitely a clear foul. She's going to miss her second one, Jillian Dunston is, and Brittany Gordon's going to bring it back down the other way for the Pitt Panthers. The score is 36-19. We are inside 5 minutes for the half. Brittany Gordon now driving. Up and in, a charge called. And that was Boogie Brzezowski, I think, who took that charge.
And the other day I was calling the game with Dalton, and he said that the Wolverines at practice, they get rewarded for taking charges and they don't have to run as much. And you can see that playing out in the games because they're not afraid to sacrifice their bodies.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Dalton Pataki, our women's basketball insider, who's on the practice squad with this Michigan women's Wolverine basketball team. Don't know how he got that gig, but it's got to be pretty cushy. Danielle Williams now working it around with Boogie Brzezowski. beyond the arc as Michigan has 13 seconds left on the shot clock. They'll find Dunston in the corner. Back out to Brzezowski. 9 seconds left. Sierra Thompson. She's going to find Jillian Dunston. Powers through. It's going to ricochet and bounce off the backboard. No good. A jump ball, another jump ball called as number 5 for the Panthers. That's Kawhi Bradley kind of sat down with it and allowed the Panthers to regain possession. There are 4 minutes left as Asia Bug brings it back down for the Pitt Panthers. A little bit of an up-tempo offense now for the Panthers. Some movement down low. Again, that's number 5, Bradley. She's going to kind of mess up a little bit, bounce it off her foot, and Sierra Thompson's going to dive on it. Jump ball possession goes Michigan.
And there's so many jump balls because every time the ball's loose, a Wolverine dives on the floor.
Diving on the floor with gusto, as if you can dive on the floor without gusto. But still, definitely some energetic play here from the Wolverines. Rostovsky over to Dunston in the corner, back out to Brzezowski. Boogie Brzezowski now, defended by Asia Bug. She's going to shake her, drive, a missed shot. And the rebound there comes from number 12. That's Yassine Jop. Brittany Gordon now. Over to Jop. Jop will drive. Think better of it. Number 22 now for the Panthers. That's Destiny Gibbs, a name we haven't seen yet. She's going to get the pass broken up, and the Michigan Wolverines take it the other way. Find Brzezowski in the corner for 3.
And then once again, we have Rostovsky who goes to the lane and sells that she's going to go all the way, but she passes it back out to Brzezowski. Great court awareness by Rostovsky.
Absolutely fantastic. The score now 39-19. The Michigan Wolverines with a dominant lead. Flaherty is the lead scorer for the Wolverines. Williams leads in rebounds with 3, and Rostovsky in assists with 4. Yassine Jop doing most of the offensive work for the Panthers. She leads the team in points and rebounds at 10 and 6 respectively, as Gibbs now has trouble in the corner for the Panthers and dishes it to Jop in the lane, and that's a quick 2. Jop is on fire. The score is 39-21. Sierra Thompson all the way across the court to Madison Rostovsky. And now finds Danielle Williams. 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Williams now driving. No good. She's going to find Sierra Thompson. I'm sorry. And she found Nicole Munger on the corner for a three-pointer. It is 42-21 Michigan. We have 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in this first half. Jop now in the corner. That's good for 3. 42-24. Yassine Jop absolutely dominant everywhere on the court. Under the backboard, beyond the three-point arc. She cannot miss as the Michigan Wolverines offense regains control. Madison Rostovsky now driving. Up and in for 2.
As you said, Jop cannot miss. She is 7 for 7 with 15 points.
Wow. 44-24. Michigan Wolverines in front as 1 minute and 37 seconds remain. Panthers now. Walters is going to get stuffed. Absolutely stuffed by number 21, Sam Trammell, the freshman. Munger now another freshman. She's going to travel, bringing it the other way for the Michigan Wolverines, and it'll go the other way. 1 minute and 24 seconds left. Jillian Dunston checks in, and Sam Trammell is going to take a seat. I don't know why you're taking her out at this point, because she just made the biggest girl on the Pitt Panthers team look small with that stuff.
Yes, and Kim Barnes-Arico trusts her freshmen. She doesn't necessarily leave them out there for a long time, but as we see, she put Sam Trammell out there and she made the most of her minutes. That's what these freshmen need to do. And last year, Jillian Dunston didn't play very much, but now we see her as a key player in the starting lineup. She has 4 points, a rebound, and an assist, and she almost averages a double-double, so Jillian Dunston definitely making a difference for the Wolverines.
The only difference maker on the Panther side of the ball seems to be Yassine Jop.
She has 15 points and 6 rebounds.
15 of the 24 points. And we were talking about this a little bit before the game. the Michigan Wolverines have allowed only, I think it's less than 40 points of their last 2 opponents. First time that they've done that in a while. Great defensive play for the Michigan Wolverines and a great defensive start, keeping a relatively offensively proficient Panthers team to only 24. And they're doing it right now as the Panthers try to bring it down the other end, have a little bit of trouble. Asia Bug now working it outside with Brittany Gordon. Over to Jop. Jop will drive. Pick it up. And that's now number 50, Brenna Wise, who has trouble. And a whistle called. Jump ball to Pitt. They got to check this possession now. I think every jump ball thus far, besides one, has gone to Pitt. An inbound now for the Pitt Panthers. Brenna Wise up, but no good with the layup. Sierra Thompson bring it down for the Wolverines, pushing the tempo a little bit. We're inside 45 seconds. That's going to be up and in for Madison Rostovsky, and the score is 46-24. Asia Bug now bringing it down for the Panthers. She's going to have a little bit of trouble, tripped up by Nicole Munger and Sierra Thompson. A double dribble called, and the last few seconds will belong to Michigan, it looks like. 33-7 on the shot clock.
Whoever's running the clock is struggling today.
They're operating off of the backboard clock, not the Jumbotron clock. So every time that they're different, they just let the other one run. It's very, very confusing. It seems as though somebody's sleeping at the wheel, but in reality, they're just kind of using a different clock. I've never seen them do that before at Chrysler.
And now the refs are negotiating something, trying to get a sub in.
Number 22, Destiny Gibbs, the junior, will sub in for the Panthers. 33-7 left as Sierra Thompson gets the inbound in the backcourt. She'll bring it up. 25 left on the shot clock. Finds Munger, aggressively defended by number 50. That's Gordon. Or that's Wise, rather. Sierra Thompson again. Controlling the ball just beyond the arc. Over to Munger. Munger back to Thompson. Sierra Thompson pulls a great move, but airballs it. And there will be 1 second left on the shot clock as she did that. I think it was kind of like a last-minute heave, hoping not to get the shot clock violation.
After she broke some ankles.
Absolutely. She did some fantastic footwork there. 4 seconds left, rather. 4.2 seconds left. And it'll be just kind of a terrible transition, terrible rushed shot as the Panthers do not make their short little layup that they had there. The score is 46-24. The Michigan Wolverines lead the Pitt Panthers. And we're going to be right back after halftime on Breck Graham with Emily Herard.
Welcome back to WCBN's broadcast of the women's basketball game. Here against Pitt, they're up 46-24, the Wolverines lead. I'm Emily Herrard here with Brett Graham. Brett, what do you think these Wolverines need to do to keep their lead in the second half?
Well, number one, they need to keep shooting the way that they've been shooting. They're shooting lights out in the first half of this ball game, 46 points and 61%, which is consistent with what they've been doing all year. A fantastic shooting team. Their percentage this year on average is 54%, and tonight they're exceeding expectations. Additionally, a good game needs to continue for one Caitlin Flaherty, who started off a little bit cool, now has 11 points, leads the Wolverines offensively, but she is still only 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. She wants to continue being this, three-point shooter that she was in previous seasons. Excuse me. She needs to continue that and know when to move the ball versus when to set up and shoot.
And although she hasn't had the greatest success from three-point range, the Wolverines have improved to 50% for the half, which they started out really cold, but they've definitely improved that. And on the other side, Pitt, their leading scorer is Jop with 15, and she also has 6 of their rebounds. What do you think Pitt needs to do in order to get some of their other players involved?
Well, first and foremost, they need to stop relying so much on Yassine Jop. She has been such a presence both offensively and defensively for this Pitt Panthers team, and it seems like whenever anybody gets tripped up in a corner, in trouble, the immediate pass is to Jop. And it's not always because she's right there. It's because, I don't know, she's kind of like a life vest, if you will, for this Pitt Panthers offense. What you need to see is some offensive involvement from Calista Walters, who goes into this game as the Panthers' leading scorer, only has two points tonight. Additionally, Asia Bug has been bringing up the ball nearly every time for the Pitt Panthers, but hasn't really been incorporated in terms of putting the ball up. She's only put the ball up 3 times. It's all been beyond the arc, and it's been unsuccessful every time. So some made shots maybe from Bug. Walters becoming more of a factor down low and fighting off, Dunstan and Thome. That's the way that the Pitt Panthers could get back in this game, but it's going to be a difficult battle starting down 46-24.
And now the Wolverines start the half off. Sierra Thompson at point. She's looking for Thome down low, but she gives it to Flaherty, who thought about the 3, and as she did that, she traveled. Pitt will get the ball. We have number 25, Gordon, will bring the ball up for the Panthers. She will be met by Madison Rostovsky. She gives it to Jop on the left wing. And there will be a foul, looks like down low on Jillian Dunstan. Or excuse me, that was Caitlin Flaherty. That is her 3rd foul, so she's going to have to be a little careful.
Yeah.
Panthers inbound the ball to Bug. Bug guarded by Flaherty. She's going to drive, kick it. She kicks it to Carey. Carey back to Gordon. Gordon drives, kicks it out to Jop. Jop drives. She kicks it out. Now we have Bug up top, guarded by Flaherty. And Jillian Dunstan, she picks up her dribble, kicks it out to Jop with 10 seconds on the shot clock. She's going to drive. She kicks it back out to Gordon, who puts up a 3. That's no good and is rebounded by Carey. So the Panthers will get another 30 seconds.
Not the best rebounding job, but excellent defense right now. Really tough defense from the Wolverines.
And Gordon pulls it up, but she gets her shot blocked, and Flaherty is going the other way for the Wolverines. She kicks it to Sierra Thompson. The pass was a little long, and it went out of bounds, but it looks like it might have been tipped by the Panthers.
I'm not sure that pass went wrong. I don't know what the refs are calling right now, because I thought that number 12, Yassine Jop, got a hand on it for the Panthers. Yeah, and she did, and Flaherty's going to inbound it.
So Flaherty gives it to Rostovsky. It's guarded closely by Bug. Thome's battling down low, trying to get the post up, but she's going to set a screen. Rostovsky drives, pulls up, gives it to Sierra Thompson. She's going to drive. Jillian Dunstan tried for the pick and roll, but the pass is no good. Now Bug the other way for the Panthers. She goes up, and it is blocked out of bounds. She looked a little confused. She didn't know if that was a foul, but Pitt will get the ball back.
I think she thought that was going to be a foul just based on the way her body was positioned, but it was all ball from Madison Rostowski.
So now Bug has the ball up top, guarded by Sierra Thompson. She kicks it to Jop, who puts up the three from the corner. No good. Rebound by Walters, who gets the rebound and puts it up for two. Now the Wolverines lead 46-26. Sierra Thompson, she's up top. She kicks it to Rostovsky on the right wing. Jillian Dunstan in the corner. She's looking down low to Thome, but she's not going to pass it. She drives, stops, kicks it to a cutting Flaherty, who goes up for the left-hand layup, and that's good.
That was beautiful. That was just really, really pretty to watch.
It was. And now the Wolverines lead 48-26. We have Bug, who passes it up top to Carey, to Jop. Now in the corner to number 25, Gordon, excuse me. And now Bug puts up a shot, and she gets that. That will be her first basket of the night. Now on the other end, Sierra Thompson, she's up top. She finds Jillian Dunstan, who kicks it to Flaherty. She's going to get a screen from Thome. She drives, but she pulls up for the jumper, and that's good. Flaherty now has 15 for the night.
7 for 12, yeah.
On the other end, we have Gordon, who kicks it up top to Carey. Right wing Jop. She gives it to Bug. Now Carey against Thome. She's going to drive, and there's going to be a foul called.
On number 30, that's Hallie Thome. I think that's going to be her third foul. So she, along with Caitlin Flaherty, getting into a little bit of foul trouble. It's going to be interesting to see how Kim Barnes-Arico kind of adjusts with two of her offensive, backbones having foul trouble.
And Carey gets the inbound pass, puts up a layup, but it's no good. Rebound, Rostovsky. She gives it off to Flaherty. Flaherty drives. She's going to go all the way. She puts it up, and that's good, too.
Since when is Caitlin Flaherty like an in-the-paint driving type?
Well, we've seen that she's learned if she can't hit the three, she needs to drive the basket. And now we have Pitt on the other end. Gordon puts up a long ball. That's in.
Brittany Gordon with a three-point basket.
52-31, the Wolverines lead. Sierra Thompson gives it to Rostovsky on the right wing. Up top, Flaherty. She gives it to Sierra Thompson on the left wing. She's going to drive the basket. She goes all the way. Nice floater, but no good. Rebound almost goes to Hallie Thome, but it's out of bounds, so Pitt will retain possession. Now Danielle Williams is in the game for Jillian Dunstan. So we wait for Gordon to tie her shoes. Now Gordon will bring the ball up. She's guarded by Rostovsky. Hands it off to Bug. Up top, Walters. Walters back to Bug. Then Jop up top. She gives it to Gordon. Gordon down low to Carey, who tries to find a cutting Walters, but the pass is out of bounds. Walter tripping a little bit on that play. So the Wolverines get the ball.
Very interesting defense there, and not necessarily the best heads-up play from the Wolverines, but they kind of got lucky on a fumbled pass there towards Walters.
Now Danielle Williams passes the ball to Sierra Thompson on the left wing. She gets a screen from Hallie Thome. She pulls it back out, though. She gives it to Rostovsky, who's going to drive. She puts up the little floater. That's no good. Thome taps the rebound to Danielle Williams, who controls it. She gives it to Rostovsky, down low to Thome. Thome gets one dribble, puts up the ball, but she didn't really know where she was, so she misses that layup. Now Bug the other end for Pitt. Down low, Walters, and there's going to be a foul on Danielle Williams. The refs aren't letting any contact down low tonight.
Really interesting contrast with the first half, because they were in the first half. It looked like it looked like they were being a little bit liberal in the first half, but not so much right now.
So the Wolverines lead 52-31 with 5 minutes to go in the third, and there hasn't been a lot of momentum for either team so far this half, but the Wolverines have kept their lead. They're still shooting 59%, and Caitlin Flaherty has 17 points on 8 for 13 shooting, although she's 1 for 3 for the long ball, and she's seeming to stray away from that right now.
She's been doing excellent work, and it's really interesting to see on the other side of the ball, there are 3 Pitt Panthers this year who have had double-doubles. They are Stacia Carey, Brenna Wise, and Yasin Jop. Yasin Jop is the only one of those 3 even close to a double-double tonight.
Yeah, as you said, Stacia Carey, she only has 3 points and 2 rebounds, and right now she's in foul trouble, so we're probably not going to see a lot of numbers for her in the second half. So as you said, Job has put the team on her shoulders, and she's 7 for 8 for 15. Bug made a shot, which I'm sure Job was very glad to see that one.
Yeah.
But
just some help, you know.
Besides that, Pitt has Bug with 2, Gordon with 3, Walters with 4, and Carey with 3. So those are the starting 5, and it's Jop with 15 that's carrying them.
Here's what's interesting, though. Jop may be, putting the team on her back a little bit and maybe the offensive powerhouse, but still, Pitt has a better field goal percentage tonight than their season average is. They average 41, and right now they have 45. So it's not like this Pitt offense is malfunctional in any way or performing terribly less than normal. I think it's just that the Wolverines offense is outpacing them, and that this Wolverine defense is keeping their number of shots fairly low. They haven't even put up the ball 30 times yet tonight, and we're midway through the third period.
And Pitt has 16 turnovers, so that's contributing to that, as now Pitt has the ball, and they're going to put up a 3 that's no good. Rebound, Danielle Williams, who's tripped up by Jop, and she's not happy about that.
Well, she had a lot of space in front of her, and that was pretty obviously a trip. It wasn't like a flop or anything. She just lost her balance and fell down. It was kind of sad to see.
And now we have Boogie Brzezowski off the bench at point for the Wolverines. She's going to run the offense, and she decides to drive all the way against Bug, and she got the corner, and she put it up for 2. Now we have Gordon. She gives it to Carey, back to Gordon. Now Pitt working the ball around to Jop. Jop gets past her defenders, gives the ball down low to Walters, who is blocked from behind, and now we have Jillian Dunson running the fast break. She finds a wide open Boogie Brzezowski, who knocks down the 3.
How about Boogie Brzezowski? 3 for 4 on the night. Had that nice little layup, came back on defense, helped with the transition, and then sat right on the elbow, set her feet, had nobody near her. Was a fantastic, beautiful, nothing but net 3-point shot.
And you just love to see a freshman with such confidence. She just blew by her defender on the last offensive possession. She knocked down that wide open 3.
Absolutely, wide open 3. Not the best rendition of This Christmas right now going on from on the Jumbotron as the Wolverines wish their fans happy holidays. I believe that's Sierra Thompson,
Boogie Brzezowski,
and Maria Bachman, or Bachman rather. I don't think they're releasing an album anytime soon. I don't think the fans were really were really into it.
They were into it, but yeah. So the Wolverines have continued their strong shooting, now 62%. They just keep knocking down all the shots they're taking.
Absolutely, and the other thing that, we can talk about the Michigan offense all night, but like I said, this defense has been shutting Pitt down. They don't have as many opportunities as you might think. Yasin Jop has had to work for every look that she's gotten tonight, and there have been no wide open threes for the Pitt Panthers. There have been no wide open lanes. Every shot is contested, whether it be, Nicole Munger on the outside or in transition, or somebody like Haley Thome who has been locking down the paint. It's really been impressive to see a lack of, defense. They're staying alert on defense.
And I like what you said about Hallie Thome, and it shows in the stats. The Wolverines have 30 points in the paint to Pitt's 12. And you have to give a lot of credit to the freshman Thome, although she has 3 fouls now, but if you're working hard down low, that's what's going to happen.
30 points in the paint, 17 points off the bench for Michigan, and 18 points off of turnovers. Winning in all 3 of those categories, just showing that they're a diverse team, they're a dynamic team. And, we checked the score at halftime. The Louisville Cardinals are currently beating the Michigan State Spartans, giving you a little bit of hope.
Exactly.
For when this team goes to East Lansing in a few weeks.
And now we have number 5 who charges down the court for Pitt. We thought she broke the press, but no, the Wolverines set up for yet another charge.
And that was, I believe that was number 32, Kelsey Mitchell, taking that charge. And as she was sliding down on the court, you could see her kind of do like the yeah motion, like she was pumping her fist, because she knew that she did a great job taking that charge and getting her team the possession back.
Now the Wolverines on offense, Danielle Williams, and looks like there's a foul down low.
What's on Dunstan? I'm not sure it's a full foul. I think it was just a... Oh, no, it was.
On number 50, Wise. So Michigan inbounds the ball under their own basket, but it's going to be stolen by Wise. But the ball's on the ground once again, and it's jump ball, and it goes to Pitt.
I'd like to see the record for number of jump balls before the fourth quarter has started in Chrysler Center, because I think we're matching it, if not beating it, tonight.
And now the Wolverines putting on a little full court pressure. And we have Jop, who gives it to Bug. She's going to find cutting Wise, who puts up the layup and is not able to bounce in. Jillian Dunstan pulls down the rebound. She's going to bring it all the way. She kicks it to Boogie. She fakes it. She drives. She finds a wide open Jillian Dunstan, but she misses the layup. She was a little too excited about that. Number 10, Walsh, is now in the game for Pitt. She gives it to Bug. Back to Walsh. She tries to find a cutting Jop, but it's stolen by the Wolverines. Flaherty leading the fast break. She goes all the way. Her layup is no good. Good defense by number 4, Lamb. And now Pitt gets the ball back. Bug. She kicks it to Walsh in the corner. Walsh just cannot hold on to the ball as Boogie Brzezowski dives to the floor to get the ball. They're going to call another jump ball, but this time the possession arrow is favored for Michigan.
How about Jillian Dunstan, who, we talk about the fact that she's only made a few starts. She's the only Wolverine to have a double-double. Yes, she had a little bit of trouble there finishing with the layup, but she's definitely trying to solidify early in the year, getting out of November and getting into, later in the season, solidifying her role as a starter.
And she always has the hustle plays that don't necessarily show up on the stat sheets.
Absolutely.
Now we have Boogie Brzezowski, who gives it to Flaherty, and the pass is tipped a little bit by Jop, and it goes out of bounds. Michigan keeps the ball. The ref explaining something to Flaherty. She passes it in to Boogie. Boogie up top, back to Flaherty for the 3. She's going to put that one in, and finally she gets one to fall. She's now 2 for 4. She's feeling confident with 20 points. She's averaging 18 on the season. Now we have Walsh, who kicks it to Bug, who breaks the Wolverines' press. Back up top to Walsh, guarded by Munger. Jop on the left wing. She drives against Kelsey Mitchell. She puts up the little fadeaway. No good. Danielle Williams gets the rebound, and on her way down, she is fouled by number 50, Wise. And that's their 4th team foul. And one more, and the Wolverines will get to shoot 2. Now Boogie, guarded by Lamb in the backcourt. She gets it across the timeline. She gives it up to freshman Nicole Munger. Back to Boogie. She gets a screen from Danielle Williams, kicks it to Flaherty. Flaherty's going to drive, and she is fouled on the way by Bug on the floor. But she's going to go to the line anyways because they are now in the bonus.
Foul on number 2, Asia Bug. That's her second team Pitt.
The Pitt Panthers over their last 4, 1 for the last 6. It's been 4 minutes and 11 seconds since they last scored, and they've had 4 turnovers in the last 4 minutes. That's absolutely astounding, and part of the reason why Michigan's up 61-31 on a 9-0 run.
And
10-0 run.
10-0 as Flaherty just knocks down both of her foul shots. The Wolverines lead 62-31 with 1:53 to go in the third. And now they're continuing to press. We have Walsh, who has the ball. As they just break the press, gives it to Jop. Jop puts up the little jumper. She gets that one to fall.
Basket by Yassine Jop.
Sierra Thompson now in the game, and she's going to bring the ball across half court. She gets a screen from Danielle Williams. She gives it to Munger. Munger passes it back out to Williams. Munger in the corner. Cross-court pass to Sierra Thompson. Now Boogie. Boogie's going to drive. She finds a wide-open Kelsey Mitchell, but she misses the layup. Rebounded by Jop, who's going to hustle it down all the way. She kicks it out to Bug. Bug puts up the 3. That's no good. Kelsey Mitchell fights for the rebound. She gets it, but Wise is able to tap her pass, and Jop gets the steal, puts it up for 2. The Wolverines quickly moving the ball the other way. 62-35. Williams to Boogie, left wing. She gets a screen from Kelsey Mitchell. She gives it back to Kelsey Mitchell, who puts up the layup, and that's good. Great pick and roll for the Wolverines.
Job breaking the little drought from the Panthers, but not enough, and a carry called, which again gives the ball to the Wolverines, and it's going to go their way.
Now number 25, Brittany Gordon's back in the game for Bug. The Wolverines are back on offense. Madison Rostovsky back in the game. Sierra Thompson at point. She gives it to Nicole Munger. Boogie now in the left wing. Sierra Thompson curling. She gets the ball. She's going to dribble up top. She finds Munger, who's going to drive. Looks like she might have taken a couple extra steps, and she did. They called her for the travel as she hits the floor.
Yeah, she took a couple extra steps. I think she was trying to draw the foul. She kind of lost her footing at the end and went down to the floor. She's probably kicking herself about that, a little bit disappointed. But
now there's a foul as Gordon is trying to break the press, and it's going to be on Boogie Brzezowski. That's only her first, though. So Pitt will get the ball on the sideline. Number 4, Lamb to inbound it. She gives it to Jop, who puts up the 3 quickly. No good. Rebound, Rostovsky. And quickly the clock runs out for the third quarter, and it is 64-35. The Wolverines lead. They have to be extremely happy with their performance today. They look like a good ball club, and coming in off their sloppy win on Sunday against Oral Roberts, they've really turned it around, because if they played the way they did on Sunday, they would not be leading by this much. They didn't shoot the ball well, and they were just sluggish on offense. But today has been a different story. Offensive production and then amazing defense.
I got to tell you, the thing that stuns me about this game thus far is how wrong we were in the pregame.
Exactly.
When we said it was going to be a battle of the freshmen, Hallie Thome and Walters for the Panthers, and neither of them being huge factors. Hallie Thome, who is leading the country in terms of field goal percentage, who is averaging double digits, 13.2 in the season thus far, who hasn't scored under double digits since the first game of the season against Binghamton. And how many points does she have tonight? 5. She is, it's amazing to me that such an asset offensively has kind of just, I don't know if she's disappeared. I don't know if she's just working on something else tonight in terms of she's working on maybe ball movement or not necessarily putting up that many shots. She's only put up 3 herself. But without that huge component of their offense, they're still succeeding so well.
That's what the Wolverines have been able to do this season. Some people have off nights, and one thing is Thome does have 3 fouls, so that limits her a little bit. But the Wolverines, if one person's having an off night, another one steps up. Sunday, Flaherty wasn't shooting the ball well, but Sierra Thompson, even though she wasn't shooting the ball great, she was able to find good looks for herself, and she was able to take the team on her back. So tonight, although Thome, who played well Sunday as well, isn't an offensive powerhouse tonight, other people have stepped up. And as I said, Flaherty has 22, which is amazing considering her poor shooting performance Sunday and at the beginning of this game.
Well, she may have had a poor shooting performance, but on November 27th versus Hartford, she had 24, and on November 23rd against USC Upstate, she had 34. You can maybe she just had a bad day, but it's clear that that's not going to be a trend anytime soon.
No.
I think she's out of whatever funk she was in on Sunday.
Now we have Walters for Pitt. Pitt's trying to get some points on the board quickly in this fourth quarter. Lamb gets the handoff, and she goes all the way to the basket. She scores the layup. That's the way to start the fourth quarter for the Panthers. Now Boogie Brzezowski at point. She's guarded heavily by Lamb. She kicks it to Rostovsky on the right wing. Rostovsky gives it to Flaherty. Up top. Back to Boogie. Boogie's going to drive the basket. She goes all the way. She puts it up. Strong finish. That's good. Now Boogie on defense against Gordon. Gordon kicks it to the corner to Lamb. Lamb to Carey, who goes all the way to the basket. She puts up a layup, no good. Rebound Thome up to Flaherty, who dribbles the ball off of Lamb's foot, so the Wolverines will keep it.
Great game from Boogie Brzezowski. Her second career, her just under her career high with 10 points tonight, 2 assists, and only 1 foul. She's been doing a great job. Hustle basketball and clean basketball.
And now she is ordering the offense. She kicks it down low to Thome. Thome working on a move. She does not get the basket to fall, and it's rebound to Jop. Jop gives it to Gordon in the corner. Gordon's going to look towards Wise down low, but no, she gives it to Carey up top. Carey fakes the pass, gives it out to Wise, and she is called for a travel. Seen a lot of turnovers by Pitt tonight.
A lot of sloppy basketball. I wonder if it's more sloppy basketball or if it's just this Michigan defense that's shutting down opportunities. People are having a tough time finding an outlet to pass, and then they make mistakes.
Now back on offense, we have Sierra Thompson. She gives it to Boogie, who's going to drive, but she gives it out to Rostovsky. Rostovsky, she drives. She falls down, and she is fouled by Wise.
That wasn't very wise of her. Get it? All right. Okay, last one.
And the Wolverines have a new shot clock, 30 seconds. Sierra Thompson inbounds it to Flaherty up top. She gets a screen from Thome. She's going to drive all the way, but kicks it out to Boogie for a corner 3. That's no good. Flaherty with the rebound. She gives it to Sierra Thompson. Thompson gives it down low to Thome. Thome finds a wide open Boogie. He puts up another 3, and that one falls.
Beautiful.
69-37 with 7:40 to go in the game. The Wolverines lead. We have Gordon, who kicks it to the corner to Jop, who makes the 3. she's still carrying her team. Now Flaherty is going to drive, and she gets the foul as she stumbles out of bounds.
You know her real name is Lauren Boogie Brzezowski. She got the nickname Boogie while playing basketball as a child in New York City. I'd love to hear that story.
I would too. Now the Wolverines looking to get the ball in. They do to Flaherty in the corner. She gives it down low to Thome. Thome with the reverse layup, no good. Rebounded by Pitt. Now pushing it the other way is Gordon. Gordon finds a cutting Jope, and then Wise gets the ball. She puts up the shot. No good. Now Flaherty going the other way. She's going to drive baseline, reverse layup, but great block by Wise, and now Lamb's on the ground, and she is fouled by Boogie.
Yeah, Boogie Brzezowski came in a little bit hot there. I like the tenacity of, she was on her knees. She didn't really have anywhere to go with that ball. She didn't really have an outlet, so Boogie kind of saw it and attacked. But that was more of like a rugby move, I think, than a basketball move.
It was.
And she's going to be penalized for it. But that's only her second tonight. No foul trouble for her. Nothing to worry about. You got 7 minutes left in the game.
And now Gordon, blowing by lots of Wolverines, tries to pass it to Wise, and Flaherty smacks it out of bounds. The Wolverines lead 69-40. And Gordon will give it into number 12.
Basket by Yassine
Jop, and that is good. Now Sierra Thompson up top. She gives it to Flaherty, who kicks it to Buggy. Buggy looking for some offense. She gets a screen. She's going to kick it to Cutting Thome. She puts up the layup. That one doesn't go. But rebound by Maria Backman. Up top, Flaherty. She has 4 seconds to get a shot up. She goes all the way, and great footwork by Flaherty, and she gets the layup.
What confidence, with the whole crowd chanting 3, 2, 1, to kind of take the ball by yourself through traffic and throw one up there. Excellent.
Now Gordon drives all the way for the Panthers, and she doesn't get the shot, but she is fouled, so she will go to the line for 2.
See, that's Boogie Brzezowski's third, which is kind of concerning considering how quickly those 3 kind of got tallied up. I feel like they all got tallied up in the last, 10 minutes of play, something like that. So you wonder if at some point you kind of need to calm Boogie Brzezowski down and say, listen, I appreciate the tenacity. I love the role that you're in as a freshman, but this can't really be a habit.
Exactly, and it looks like that's what Kim Barnes-Arico is doing as she goes to the bench. And Nicole Munger and Sam Trammell, it looks like, are in the game, and missed second foul shot for Pitt, and it is now 71-42. And Nicole Munger puts up a 3. She gets that one to fall. The Wolverines are not slowing down on offense. We have Gordon. She gives it to Carey up top. Jop trying to cut to the basket, and there's a foul called.
Munger, Trammell, and Backman in for the Wolverines. A lot of confidence from Kim Barnes-Arico in her bench, seeing some of the players that don't necessarily get as much time as they normally would, and having a lot of faith in them, obviously, with a 30-point lead.
Jop gets the inbounds pass, puts up a quick shot. That falls for her. She has 24 on the night. And now the Wolverines, we have Munger up top. She gives it to Sierra Thompson. She gets a screen from Trammell. She's going to drive all the way. She goes, doesn't get the basket, but there is a foul.
You got to feel bad for Yassine Jop going home tonight, with 12 and 15, 26 points rather, doing an amazing job and just not getting much help from her teammates.
And the Wolverines put up a layup, and that is Maria Backman. She gets her first points of the night, and that's something we've seen from the Wolverines, the bench getting an opportunity for everyone to score.
the only person left is Trammell. If Trammell gets a bucket, then we have the same thing that happened against USC upstate, and that's everybody scoring.
And now we have Lamb on the other end. She gives it to Jop. She's going to try to work some moves. She goes all the way, and she is knocked out of bounds, fouled, and helped up by Sam Trammell. And there's a timeout on the court. So the Wolverines lead 76-44 with 5 minutes to go in this game. And this is not what we expected at all before the game started. Last year, the Wolverines lost by 21. Granted, they were at Pitt, and we know how much the Wolverines love Chrysler. But also, I think the Wolverines have definitely improved this season, even though they lost some key seniors last year.
I think what you're seeing is not necessarily that, the loss of seniors can often mean a difficult season. What it's meant for this Wolverines team is a change in character. I don't think you would see the same style of basketball being played last year by people like Saisha Goree and Nicole Elmblad that you're seeing played this year by people like Jillian Dunstan and Danielle Williams and Boogie Brzezowski. Kind of a more aggressive Wolverine team, a team that's better in transition, and most importantly, I cannot stress this enough, a deep Michigan team.
Exactly.
From beyond the 5 people in the game right now, everyone else has scored. Rostowski, Dunstan, Williams, Thome, Mitchell, and Brzezowski. That's a fantastic thing as a coach. If you're Kim Barnes-Arico, going into any game saying, listen, somebody gets in foul trouble, if somebody twists their ankle or has a messed up player is not on that night, I have people I can go to. I don't think that was necessarily true last year. I feel like there was more of a contingent of like 8.
The starting 5, and then Flaherty off the bench, Jillian Dunstan. But besides that, not too many other options. But this year, I think part of it is since the team is so young, they are competing for their spots. But they are still a team. They're not trying to knock each other down for their playing times. They're working together. They're gelling, and they're putting everything out there. And I think their slogan this year is the hardest working team in America. And so far, they've shown that they do work extremely hard.
They do work extremely hard, and you can tell that they're, I would expect at this point, based on the basketball that they're playing, they should be exhausted, but they're not. they
look great out there.
They look fantastic. They look like it's the first quarter.
And now we have Bug for Pitt, and she's dribbling, and it's knocked out of bounds by, it looks like Sierra Thompson. Or no, it's another jump ball, so Michigan will get the ball.
Jump ball.
That's
the most popular and the favorite call of our officials here tonight.
Word of the day, jump ball. Now Sierra Thompson for the Wolverines. She finds a cutting Munger who puts up the nice jumper, but no good. But she gets her own rebound. She pulls it back out to Danielle Williams, to Sierra Thompson, who drives, kicks it to Maria Backman. She is blocked by Carey, and then it looks like Lamb is knocked to the floor on the fast break, so that's a Michigan foul on Nicole Munger. And now Pitt gets 2 shots at the line, as that was Michigan's 5th team foul.
Nicole Munger playing an interesting role on this team. She averages about 20 minutes. Not necessarily, I don't think she has a defined role yet, given she is a freshman. She's appeared in all 6 games off of the bench from Doylestown, PA. She had a great game against Binghamton, 19 points, but since then has been relatively quiet for the Wolverines.
Tonight she has 9 points, but lots of hustle. Slam makes the first, misses the second. The Wolverines lead 76-45. Sierra Thompson leading the fast break, kicks it to Sam Trammell, who gives it to Munger. Munger throws it back out to Sierra Thompson, who will slow it down to set up the offense. Williams, right wing. Up top, Munger. Left wing, Sierra Thompson. She gives it to Maria Backman, who puts up the jumper. That goes in. She's going to have 4 on the night.
I just met a girl named Maria.
It's good luck for both of them, hopefully. And now we have Gordon. Gordon passes it to player of the game for Pitt. Jop, she puts up a 3. That's going to be an air ball. Heavy defense by the Wolverines, though. Williams pushing the ball up the court. She gives it to Backman. Backman to Thompson. She slows it down a little bit, trying to run the clock down. Back to Backman. Now Munger. Munger gets a screen from Trammell. She puts up the jumper. No good. Rebound goes to Maria Backman. Now up top, Sierra Thompson. Munger, right wing. Danielle Williams. Just a lot of passing, trying to use up lots of time.
I think they want to get it to Munger.
And now Sierra Thompson drives, but she is blocked. The Wolverines get the ball. Now we have some more subs. Kelsey Mitchell in the game, and Boogie Brzezowski come in for Sierra Thompson and Sam Trammell. Continuing the rotation for the Wolverines. Now the ball from the sideline, we have Danielle Williams. She gives it into Boogie. Boogie looking down low for Kelsey Mitchell. But she's going to drive herself. She puts it up, but she is blocked by Lamb. We've had lots of blocks now on this possession. 5 seconds to shoot for the Wolverines. And they will have Danielle Williams trigger from the baseline. She finds Munger, who puts up the shot. That's no good, but it's going to be pulled down by Danielle Williams. Boogie Brzezowski up top. The Wolverines are really eating away at this clock with 2:40 to go in the game. Munger. She finds Danielle Williams, who's going to drive baseline. She gives it to Kelsey Mitchell, who passes it to Boogie. And there's a whistle, and looks like a foul on the Wolverines, so it's going to Pitt. That was on number 23, Maria Backman.
And now, after an easy November, barring anything miraculous in the next 2 minutes and 25 seconds, this will be the third 7-0 start in program history for the Wolverines. The only other times that it's happened are the 1999 season and the 2011 season.
And now Pitt, they're going to try to get some points on the board just to make it look a little better. We have Lamb up top. She's going to drive, but no, she can't get anything. It's stolen by Nicole Munger. She passes it all the way up to Kelsey Mitchell, who gets the basket. And she has 4.
And everybody's on the board.
Oh, except for Hallie Wengler, but she's checking in, so maybe she can get herself her second Michigan career basket.
It's a lot of faith to put somebody in the last minute and 47 seconds with a 35-point lead.
Yes, it is 80-45, 147, and there's some cheers from the crowd. I'm sure they know that she needs to get a basket too, so all the Wolverines score. Now we have Munger, who puts up a 3 that does not go in, but Wengler, she's fighting for the rebound, and it's going to go out of bounds, but Pitt gets the ball. And now we have Walsh in the game for Pitt, who gives the ball up to number 2 Bug, guarded by Wengler. She's going to put up a 3. That one rattles in and out. Tough luck miss. Rebound Boogie. With 1:15 to go in the game, Boogie drives all the way. She gets the layup. No, it rattles out, but rebound Kelsey Mitchell. She gets the rebound and puts it back in. Give her 6 on the night. Now we have Bug for Pitt. She gives it up top to Carey, to Walsh. On the right wing, guarded by Boogie. No movement for Pitt, but now it's Bug who puts up a jumper. That one goes in and out as well. Boogie pulls down yet another rebound. She gives it to Maria Backman. Munger on the wing. She drives. She kicks it out to Backman. Back to Munger. Munger to Boogie. Boogie down low to Kelsey Mitchell. Back out to Munger. She puts up a jumper. No good. Air ball. Rebound by Lamb, but there's another scramble for the ball. It's going to be a jump ball, possession arrow, Pitt.
I believe that's the 50th jump ball of the night.
Just a couple.
And it'll be a real test this Sunday when the Michigan Wolverines go and face the Princeton Tigers on Sunday. Unfortunately, we won't have that call for you, but I'm really curious to see how they play against kind of a well-respected opponent.
And now the clock will hit 0 as the Wolverines beat Pitt 82-45, keeping their opponent once again under 50 points. Kim Barnes-Arico, she's going to be happy with her players tonight. And as Brett said, they're going to be on the road on Sunday against Princeton, and that will be a good competition for the Wolverines.
Absolutely, and like I said, we won't have that call, but for the WCBN faithful, the hockey broadcast tomorrow night, number 11 Michigan begins Big Ten play tomorrow night in Yost Ice Arena at 7:35 against Wisconsin, and WCBN will have that call for you. Once again, the final score tonight, 82-45, Michigan over the Pitt Panthers. For Emily Herard, I'm Brett Graham. We're going to leave you with a good night and a Go Blue.